Hello, everybody. Welcome back to week 20 of tracking the shifting real estate market here in South Jersey, Burlington, Camden, and Gloucester counties. Now, this week, we have a couple little narratives that are going on, a little bit different than some of the weeks we've had before. The biggest one that I can see at the moment is these first four data points. Total active listings, down. New listings coming to the market, down. Under contracts or pendings, down. Closed properties, down. So they are really achieving the effect that they have been going for here with the interest rates being high, trying to curb that spending of slowing everything down. We can see it right here. Every single category is down for the ones that actually matter for the homes coming on the market, off the market, things like that. Now, the one thing I'll say that I'm actually kind of happy about is that for one of the first weeks, it's in the right proportions. Now, technically last week was in the right proportion, but by a unit or two. But this week, 284 for the new listings is higher than 273 for the under contracts, which is higher than the 252 for the closed. So that's sort of the proportion we like to see right now. Now, we don't want to see this at other times for different reasons, but for right now, because why? We don't have enough inventory. There's not enough homes to buy. There's starting to become bidding wars, right? That's been a conversation we've been used to, honestly, since COVID. And it's been kind of a second wind that we've gotten over these past 3 to 6 months. But I like the proportion because what it's doing is it's adding a little bit more inventory to the market than what's coming off, right? That's the proportion that we want to look for right now for sort of the health of the next couple of months of inventory. Now, interest rates are still up. They have not come down. Most of what I've seen and heard, they're staying up for the foreseeable future. Haven't been told that, just wait one more month and they're going to come down, or you just wait 6 more weeks and they're going to come right back down. I haven't heard any of that yet. If any of you, and I'm talking to you, if you're watching this video, that's who I mean. If you do see something economically out there that somebody is predicting interest rates are going to come down, send it over to me. I would love to take a look at that and maybe be able to bring it up on next week's video or one of the videos coming up so we can kind of chat about that. But until then, I listen to my lenders. I kind of listen to some of the economic forums that I plug into, and I haven't seen that coming down. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means that these interest rates are still here. And we also see from the pricing standpoint that it's not really affecting the prices all that much. People thought that when you increase all these interest rates for an extended period of time that the prices will come down. No, that didn't really do anything to the price. If anything, it drove the price up because what we see is that the market factors of available listings and available buyers far outweighs just what a small percentage of interest rate changes happen. Now, let's talk about those interest rates for a second, because there are a lot of you sitting on the sidelines saying, I would like to see the interest rates come back down before I purchase. Now, I don't think that that's an unreasonable thing to say. It's not, right? Would I want to buy a house with a high interest rate or a low interest rate? I think 10 out of 10 of us are all going to say the lower interest rate. But we may be misleading ourselves to the fact that these interest rates that we've seen over the last 10 years are normal. If you go back over the last 50 years of interest rates, the last 10 years has been an anomaly. To have interest rates for the extended period of time be at the 2.75, 3%, even 3.5%, 4%, that is an anomaly across the 50 years that we've been tracking interest rates. So when we say that interest rates are increasing, what we in the business actually mean, if you take a long enough historical look, is interest rates are coming back to normal. And that's what I want to kind of leave you with today. Interest rates are coming back to normal, not high. It's a perception that we have. They want to make sure that the percentage of housing that you're spending on housing is a certain allocation of your budget each month, right? That is a general, if you listen to any of the Dave Ramseys or you listen to any of these financial people, they always come up with different proportions of how much of my budget should I spend on housing. And that's a big conversation at the governmental level and at the Fed level about what we want to do with these interest rates to kind of make sure we match that, or what we believe we should match it. What we've been told is basically that, hey, inflation went up, interest rates have gone up. This is sort of the new normal that we want you to adopt for a percentage of your monthly income being allocated to housing. So that we can't change that. I can't go and say, well, I don't care, I want lower interest rates. Right? That just isn't going to work. But what do you have in your control? What you have in your control is your budget. And there are things that are currently in your budget. We know that I can't move these, right? These are just, I have to pay for these. If I have a current mortgage, or if I'm paying a rent, or if I'm paying, utilities, those things are just, they're there, right? They're fixed cost. But we all know that we have some variable costs. If you're going out to dinner 6 nights a week as opposed to 4, right? If you're taking that extra vacation a year when you really already had 1 or 2 planned and you just wanted to squeeze it in because why not, right? What I would encourage everyone to do is take a good look at where some of your variable expenses are being allocated. And I challenge you, over the next month, see if you can reduce your variable expenses by 5%. Just 5%. If you can do that, you can afford the homes for today and the interest rates they're in for today. That's going to do it for us this week. If you ever have any questions about going through a little bit of a financial bookkeeping, kind of taking a look at what are some of my expenses, where are some of the areas that are easy to cut, and then how do you actually generate a plan around maybe paying off some of your debt. We've talked about that in previous episodes, but the debt snowball repayment method is a very strong one that I have clients right now doing who couldn't afford for 2.5 years just because they didn't take a look at their credit and their debts. And we're now have them with a structured plan in place to get them into credit worthiness to qualify for the programs they want to qualify for. Don't get stuck in the mindset that your situation is permanent. There is nothing permanent. Nothing. Especially if it has to deal with habits and actions. That I can help you with. All right. Have a great week, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in our last week and 2 in May. I'm assuming our prices are going to stay where they're at. I'd hope to see a little bit more listings as we kind of ramp into that. Again, June sales are starting to come. I've seen some of the graduation pictures, some of that stuff. So I'm hoping to see that we can get a little bit of an uptick in listings over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, that'll do it. Bye. Have a great week. See you.